This week is National School Choice Week, and the president of National School Choice Week, Andrew Campanella, joins us now from Washington, D.C. Apparently, he's been treading through the snow to talk about school choice in North Dakota and Minnesota. Andrew, thanks so much for trudging through the snow to get inside studio. I want to jump right in here, sir. For some of us lay people out there, explain to us, like I'm a 5-year-old, what is school choice specifically, and how specifically does it help parents out there with the education of their kids?
Sure. So school choice means empowering parents to choose a lot of different options for their kids. So giving them the freedom to be able to choose a traditional public school, a public magnet school, a public charter school, an online academy, a private school, or the freedom to homeschool their kids. So we want parents to have as many choices as possible because we know that when parents are able to actively choose the right education environment for their kids, students achieve at higher levels, they graduate at higher levels, parent satisfaction goes up, and kids are happier.
I want to show you this. This is based out of Minnesota. The most recent reports that were put out kind of the beginning of last year, so a little less than a year ago. But charter schools actually performing in math at 58%, public schools 63%, reading 52%, public schools 72%. So they're actually performing lower than the public schools, the charter schools in Minnesota. And really what it's showing is that there's a direct correlation between affluence and an increase in your GPA and or abilities in math and reading. What do you say to those kind of studies that are showing those results? And is affluence or income that much of a determiner when it comes to grades?
Well, as you know, I can't see what you've put up on the screen, but I will say that educational opportunity and student success is really a factor of the type of school that a parent is able to choose for a child. I have seen schools in places like New York and some of the poorest areas educate kids at the highest levels, even though those kids come from low-income families. Do kids who come from higher-income families have an edge in the sense of providing being able to go to better schools? Yes, and that's one of the reasons why we need more school choice, because that way we can get all kids the opportunity to succeed and to achieve their own American dreams.
So for families here in North Dakota and Minnesota, what kind of options are available to us?
Sure, there are great public schools, there are magnet schools, online academies, and parents can pay to send their kids to private schools, and they can also choose to educate their kids in the home. So there are 5 options that families in North Dakota have, and that's one of the reasons that Governor Dalrymple recently proclaimed January 24th through the 30th as School Choice Week in North Dakota.
And then Minnesota also has the charter schools, correct? On top of everything you mentioned?
Minnesota has charter schools. Absolutely. Minnesota has charter schools as well, and they were the pioneer, the national pioneer in creating charter schools and in growing the charter school community throughout the state.
A lot of detractors out there, Andrew, will say, hey, you know what? When you create this much choice, you're actually taking money away or funds away from public schools. One, is that accurate, and how do you respond to that?
It's not accurate. When you look at all the options that parents have for their kids, and I've listed 6 of them: traditional public schools, charter schools, magnet schools, online academies, private schools, and homeschooling, the first 4 are actually within the public education system. So traditional public schools, charters, magnets, and online academies, they're public schools. They are within the public education system, and choice, school choice, actually increases the variety and diversity of our public education system, strengthening it rather than weakening it.
Andrew, quickly, the website where people can find out more information about events taking place here in North Dakota and Minnesota is?
SchoolChoiceWeek.com.
SchoolChoiceWeek.com. The president here, Andrew Campanella, thank you so much for your time, sir. We appreciate what you're doing, and keep up the good work, okay?
Thank you.
All right, stay with us. Much more coming up here on 630 Point of View. As always, I want to invite your points of view to come in. You can email us, text us. We'll be right back with much more here on 630 Point of View.